Welcome to Proclaim, a presentation of the Catholic Diocese of Alexandria. Join us as we journey together through the Scriptures revealed to us by God.
Good morning and welcome to Proclaim. As we now come to the beginning of the final chapter in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, we find that Mark takes a very different approach in many ways from the narratives that the other Gospels give. In fact, this is one of the great debates about the Gospel of Mark, is the fact that it seems as though there was an initial part that was part of the Gospel, the first 8 verses of the chapter, but then stylistically, the remaining parts are very different. They're not in some of the earlier manuscripts. They tend to be very generic in terms of filling in the gaps that perhaps the original ending did not give. In fact, it's quite surprising that, once again, in Mark's great brevity, his willingness to sacrifice a lot of major things to simply make his point has left more questions, again, asked than answered. But the death of Jesus, his burial, is now completed, and we come to what is the final step in the earthly narrative that Mark is giving us as the first witness in a gospel format of what others will follow, both the canonical gospels, Matthew, Luke, and John, but also of other gospels that are written trying to again portray the basic history of Jesus, his teaching, his life, death, and resurrection. And so as we begin this final chapter, bringing our study of Mark to its conclusion very shortly, it is in fact a very significant part of the gospel narrative.
This program was brought to you by Christus Cabrini Hospital.